Crossovers and SUVs are becoming increasingly specialized. You've got more urban-friendly crossovers, and more vehicles now offer optional off-road gear, like the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. So, where does an old goat like the 2019 Toyota 4Runner fit? Stick around, and we'll explain why the 4Runner's advanced age might actually be a good thing, and which trim of the 4Runner Car Gurus recommends. If you're in the market for a brand new four-door SUV with true off-road grit, you only have two options: the 2019 Toyota 4Runner and the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. And while the Wrangler is brand new, having been fully redesigned in 2018, the current 4Runner hasn't been fully redone since 2009. It's a decade old. And yet I have a tough choice deciding which vehicle I would take camping or to a national park. One selling point is the 4Runner's bold Tonka truck styling, in that it can back it up. This is the front of the TRD off-road trim, but it doesn't look too different from other trims like the entry-level SR5 and SR5 Premium. The upscale Limited has a garish chrome bar across the front, while the more hardcore TRD Pro goes all out with an intimidating black grille. Inside, the 4Runner has a ton of interior space, and if you're a taller driver like myself, you'll appreciate that it has plenty of head and legroom. Now, the dash layout is pretty dated, with a touchscreen about the size of a modern smartphone, but it has some upsides, like these chunky dials that you can operate with gloves on. See, simplicity has its benefits when you're all bundled up for the weather. All right, let's go check out the back. That design simplicity yields nearly 90 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats folded, which is getting close to Chevy Tahoe levels. The Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, on the other hand, has 72 cubic feet of cargo space, and that's mainly because the Jeep roll cage and removable top components take up critical cargo space. The 4Runner comes standard with 17-inch alloy wheels, smoked-out taillights, underbody skid plates, and this awesome power auto up-down rear window. Inside, the base SR5 includes an 8-way power driver's seat, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and Bluetooth connectivity. Car Gurus recommends going one step higher up the trim ladder and opting for the SR5 Premium. It adds features like leatherette upholstery, heated front seats, and Entune premium audio with navigation. You know, since this doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. To learn what each trim has, including the Limited and TRD Pro, check out my written review, which you can find by clicking on the link in the description below. No matter the trim, the 4Runner comes equipped with a 4-liter V6 engine that makes 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque. Power gets sent to the rear wheels or available four-wheel drive through a 5-speed automatic transmission. It's an old transmission, but it's a proven component, and it helps the 4Runner tow up to 5,000 pounds. The V6 is stout and delivers solid acceleration. The 4Runner lurches from a standstill like you might experience in a V8 truck. And that's a good way to approach driving the 4Runner. As long as you acknowledge that you are basically driving a truck, you'll be able to look past its unrefined handling. There's a good amount of road noise on the highway, but it's also very stable at those high speeds. So, onto the off-road gear. We're driving the TRD Off-Road Premium trim, which means you get all the creature comforts from the Premium, as well as incredible off-road gear from Toyota Racing Development, or TRD. So that means you get an electronically locking differential, crawl control, and multi-terrain select. The rear differential helps you claw through loose terrain, and then the multi-terrain select provides different levels of wheel slip, brake pressure, and throttle response, depending on how challenging the trail is. Finally, crawl control is like cruise control for the trail. Take your feet off the pedals, and the 4Runner will maintain a low preset speed so you can focus solely on steering along the trail ahead. This is what separates the 4Runner from nearly all other SUVs. Really, only the Jeep Wrangler, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk, and some select Land Rovers can even compare. Of course, that off-road gear is not entirely efficient. Four-wheel drive 4Runners return fuel economy of just 17 miles per gallon city, 20 highway, 18 combined. And there's very little upside to the rear-wheel drive version, which gets the same city and combined, but does a whopping 21 miles per gallon on the highway. In a week of combined city and highway driving, our TRD off-road four-wheel drive returned fuel economy of 16.4 miles per gallon. Standard safety features are pretty basic, and you don't get any driver assistance features. I imagine the only reason why you even get a backup camera is because the government has made them mandatory. If you want a 4x4 with some actual driver assistance features, look to the Jeep Wrangler. Our TRD off-road four-wheel drive trim seats only 5, but you can buy a 4Runner with seating for 7. That said, even though the 4Runner might have enough seats for a family, this truck doesn't perform particularly well in government safety tests. The NHTSA awarded it 4 out of 5 stars overall, but only 3 out of 5 in its rollover test. Base MSRP for the 2019 Toyota 4Runner is $35,310. The range-topping TRD Pro cost $46,815. Our TRD Off-Road started at $39,995 and came with the optional kinetic dynamic suspension system, basically a self-leveling system that helps the 4Runner feel as planted as it did on the highway. That brought our as-tested price to $43,235. If you're in the market for a truly capable SUV that's also comfortable, go for the SR5 Premium 4-wheel drive, starting at $39,015. The 4Runner is one of those rare vehicles that defies logic. A vehicle like this is an emotional purchase. It's a lifestyle vehicle, and yet I totally get it. I sit in the 4Runner and I just want to pack up and drive across country, preferably off-road. The 4Runner goes places where most soft-roaders dare not venture, and the fully enclosed cabin ensures that it has more creature comforts than the Jeep Wrangler. As crossovers get less and less capable, the 4Runner becomes more relevant and necessary for those who want to truly get off-road. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to see more videos, like our review on the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. And if you prefer a vehicle that is more capable versus one that's cutting edge, let us know in the comments. And to read my full review on the 2019 Toyota 4Runner, go to cargurus.com.